All right, it is July 12th. It's a Friday night. I got to do my newsletter pretty soon, but I'll get my update in for the week. So, what was going on this week? I don't think I have a lot of work updates. I had a new employee start, which is awesome. Um, yeah, I don't think we like for me the headcount was not expected. There's a sort of a team at work that is I don't know a good way to explain them. Kind of like they operate significantly differently. They take on new grads and then they kind of put them into teams and rotate them through other teams, which is a pretty cool concept. So they do that for a year before they like graduate from that, and then they get to pick a team that they want to go to. So as a result, like whatever team they want to go to, I think I don't know what the limitations are, but wherever they'd like to go, uh, probably with some type of constraints, gets additional headcount and then receives the person. So this individual selected our team, which is cool. So my manager let me know that they'd be joining, and yeah, no, pretty awesome. So one more person on the team. So looking forward to having them start and kind of get up running. The beginning's always kind of tough because it's like, well, I guess in this case, you know what, they've been at Microsoft for a year already, so the beginning's usually pretty tough because it's like, hey, like welcome to big tech. In this case, we can kind of skip that, so that's really nice, I think. But yeah, I think that's probably the biggest update. Um, Otherwise, work probably nothing too interesting there. At least, at least to share on social media. So, okay, what else is going on? BrandGhost. We're having, like I said from last time, good momentum in terms of what we're developing. So I'm very excited about that still. Big challenge that we're facing is just like a lot of the social media auth is a nightmare, just an absolute nightmare. And this is I mentioned it. Maybe I kind of danced around it a little bit when I brought up that I was working on this side project and kind of getting stalled like in the very beginning, and it all came down to getting auth done. So we've made awesome progress, but for example, today we just realized like our Facebook authentication. It's only been working for two of us that are developers on the Facebook app itself, and we can't for the life of us seem to get things like approved properly. So we're pretty sure based on what we've learned, and this is a little bit, too much detail, I guess, but I want to share it because this is how frustrating it is. The app itself measures the API requests that you make, which makes sense, and that way it tells you like, hey, you're using these things, you need to request like elevated access to them. Conceptually, I think it's great. Problem is that we're not explicitly calling some of these APIs. Like, I don't even know how to call them at all. I've never written code to do it. I don't know how to do it. If I wanted to go figure it out, I'm sure I could. And it's reporting that we're making like hundreds of requests to it. Now, the problem, like, it wouldn't be so bad, but then I have to check off that I want elevated access to it so our app can get reviewed. And then part of that is we have to explain how we're using that. And we need to provide a video of how we're using it. And I'm like, I literally have no clue who's calling this. It's not, we don't have code that does it. It's just not there. Like, for example, messaging. It's saying that we're using like Instagram and Facebook messaging. And I'm like, nope, literally have never touched it at all. So that's really frustrating. We're thinking that if we recreate the app on Facebook and just like copy our settings over and then request access to the things specifically that we need in the beginning, then we should be okay. But my biggest concern is that I get what's the how do I ask this or say it? My biggest concern is that the same thing will happen because we already had like some things approved, and my concern is that some other API will somehow get called that we don't know about, and then other people won't be able to access the app because what happens is when they go to log in, it's like, hey, the app's not available. But we don't know why that would be the case. So anyway, it's super frustrating. So the cool thing is like once that's working, like right now we can support LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram are done, but this auth thing, like the auth flow, is really what's screwing us up there. But once that's there, we should be able to post to both platforms. What's nice for me is because I'm a developer on it, I can already do that. So BrandGhost for me works on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Uh, Probably Instagram, but I've never been able to properly auth with it. This is the other weird part. Meta, for some reason, has chained their auth together so that as an individual user, you auth, and then you can get auth tokens. You need you need a long user token, so it's 2 layers. And then you need to use your long token to get a pages token. It's 3 layers. And then if you want to get your Instagram, this is what we just learned, if you want to get your Instagram account to get auth, you need a 4th layer because it needs to be tied to the page. It's absolutely insane. The more insane part is that Threads exists. Threads is just an entirely separate app on Meta. So Facebook and Instagram are together, but Threads somehow isn't. Make it make sense. So not enjoying that. But we'll get there. I had another call, had another 2 calls with one of our first people we've onboarded. So I had him kind of on an ad hoc system, and basically I just have to flip a switch, and we'll have his content going out to LinkedIn. And as soon as the Facebook thing's done, his content will be going out to Facebook as well. I have to import his content and set it up for Twitter. That'll be a second, what we're calling like a topic stream. So it's all good. It's coming along. I'm very excited. This is the most important part though. He's excited, right? He sees the value in it. He has a couple of small businesses, and he's a creative like on his own as well. So he knows that like when he posts to social media for his business, he gets revenue from it. Like he sees the correlation. So he's very excited about it. And whenever we're chatting, he's bringing up like the different connections that he kind of wants to put us in front of once we're feeling comfortable about going a little bit further. So very excited about BrandGhost. Actually, I'm probably going to talk about BrandGhost a bunch in my newsletter that I'm putting out over the weekend, and then my live stream will be about it. So kind of cool. Yeah, so I'm going to focus on that, I think, for my newsletter topic. It's to me, the reason why I want to do this is it's the 1 year anniversary of the newsletter. At least it's the 52nd? Yeah. I want to say the 52nd issue. I wanted to say that a th suffix on that as well. 52nd. Yeah, so it's been a full year, which is cool. So I want to share some highlights. Like, again, there's been people that have had newsletters out for 6 months and they have like 5 times as many subscribers. Like, it's the same thing like on YouTube or any other platform. And it's one of the things that absolutely gets me down the most. Not because other people are being successful, like that's great. Very happy for them. But I see how much time and effort I put into stuff, and I go like it just feels unfair. And it's I've talked about this before too, but this idea of like comparison's the thief of joy, and it's 100% accurate in this case. It's easy to see like there'll be new people setting up their LinkedIn accounts, and within a few weeks, a couple months, they have like almost as many followers as me. I'm not getting any impressions on my posts now, but they're getting like sometimes like 10 to 50x the number of engagements or I'm getting. Like, it's insane. And the frustration again doesn't come from like, oh, like they don't deserve to be successful. Like, it's great, I'm very happy for them, but I go like, come on, man, like I've been doing this consistently. What's going on here? Like, something's got to change. So it's frustrating and demotivating, but the whole reason I've been building BrandGhost is that I want to be able to consistently post content, but that's not my life. Like, I create software. I create software. My videos and stuff are a lens into my software development, right? My career, my software development, and that's my focus. Like, as much as you see me creating content, that's not the majority of my life, right? I work a 9 to 5 job, and then I'm building platforms outside of work. That's what I do, not create content. So, I mean, that's part of the side effect too of me maybe not getting as far ahead on social media as fast. Like, I don't create the most thrilling content. I don't want to spend time on social media commenting on everyone's stuff. Like, I just don't. don't have time for that. So BrandGhost is my solution for people in my situation. And I think I've been successful, all things considered, right? Like I literally was trying to do a nutrition platform startup on the side outside of my 9 to 5 job, which I had to drop. Kind of did it for about 2 years, and it was a bit of a it was a failure, which is fine. I don't say failure like I'm sad or mad or whatever, like embarrassed. Like it failed. That's okay. Um, but I was doing that like I've sold 3 courses now. I'm working on a fourth one, fifth one after, and sixth, which is having a meeting about that. That's another thing, a meeting about that on Monday, which is really cool. That I'm super excited for. But like I'm doing all of these things on the side that are much more about building software than creating content. So it's how it is. So I won't I got to keep reminding myself like, content creation is not my full-time job. It's I lose money creating content. In fact, the lens that you're looking at me through right now, this is a brand new lens because the other one, the autofocus stopped. So now, do we get autofocus? Come on. We get autofocus, right? That broke. It's a $1,500 lens. It only has existed and lived right here. It's never left the broom, but it stopped working. It stopped working right before I went to live stream last, and I had to go pull up. Thankfully, I had the backup camera, so I got to pull this guy out, and it actually worked really well. I had it set up on my desk. I plugged in the HDMI instead of the USB, so the power went out when I was streaming, so that was pretty embarrassing, but it was coding live stream, so whatever. But, $1,500, right? It cost me $500 to $750 a month to have my YouTube videos edited. I'm up to just over $2 a day on YouTube, living pretty large. So like I lose a ton of money creating content, but I do it because it's an investment, right? I do it because I want to be able to help, and it's an investment for my own personal brand as I go forward. So it's what it is. So yeah, it would be nice if I had brand deals. I did a couple of ads for Pact. Um, I should check to see of how the conversions have gone, but I told them like if it's in the videos, I don't get like viral videos where I launch it and you're gonna see a spike in tons of sales. I said that video is gonna sit there and marinate over the next couple of years, and you're gonna have sales trickling in from it. So the way I look at it is like it's hard for me to just tell this to a business, but like my channel's going to keep growing because I'm making content. It's all evergreen content. I feel like it would be a good investment for you to seed a couple of videos, especially while it's cheap, because the more my audience grows, my prices are going to go up. So I'm not going to pressure them, obviously, but it seems kind of silly to me. Like, why wouldn't you do it? Instead, and I mean, not my business, whatever. Instead, they're paying 10 times the amount of money, 10 times the amount of money for a social media post. More followers, but literally 10 times the amount of money. And I'm thinking like, I have no idea what the conversion is like on that. Maybe it's good. But that post on social media, off into the void. It's a one-time thing. So if it works, if you're making money from it, you can keep shelling out, I guess. Right? It's all about for marketing and ads. It's all about like that infinite money machine. You put in $100, you get out $110. Great. Do it again. Do it again. You keep making money from it. So if it works, it works. But I don't know. I feel like the long-term play is pretty good, but they have to believe in me and my content creation. But anyway, we'll see. I haven't heard back after that. They said they were happy with it, but maybe not so happy because they haven't said, okay, let's do it again. So yeah, I don't know. I could pursue more type of affiliates and stuff like that, sponsorships. But I've been putting my own ads for courses in my videos because at the same time, like I have digital products to sell. It would take someone needs to buy a course If every video I put out translated into one purchase, I would break even. Approximately. So that, like, if I can grow my audience to that, that's great. I don't I don't have the numbers. I should ask Nick Chapsis, but I don't see the traffic from my stuff. I use an affiliate code, but I don't see the traffic, and he might know, but I don't know if I'm actually selling any of my own versus him being the one to sell. So we'll see. But that's the point, right? Is like, if I can break even on my stuff, then we're good. I kind of been doing what I said. Like, I've been trying to take money that's being created from selling courses and just reinvesting it. That's why for me to go buy this lens again, I'm like, look, like that money that's been made is meant to support this as like a business. So the money goes right back in. Um, I tried running some ads a little bit earlier in the year, like went terribly. It was just like burning through money and like not getting any clicks. So I'm not good at that. But yeah, content creation, it's a lot of work, costs a lot of money. So really leaning into BrandGhost. Um, Dev leaders stuff, I'm not sure if there's much for updates. I have, got to do my newsletter after this. I'm getting this done right now. I got to film course content this weekend for sure. I feel like last weekend I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then I didn't get a lot done. Like, felt bad. Like, it's been making me feel kind of sick to my stomach that I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. But I have a video editor, so this time should be good to get through the content. So fingers crossed. But yeah, live stream Monday night, coding sessions in Tuesday in the morning. So that went well, aside from the camera issue. So I think that's a good combo. I am not going to commit to more streaming. I'm going to be honest with myself in terms of capacity. If I try to stream another hour or two, it's already 4 hours of streaming. That's half a work day, right? So something will be giving, and I don't want that to happen. So I want to be able to focus. A lot of stuff going on, but yeah, we're plugging through. So it's exciting times. I don't think I have anything else. I'm looking at the time. I got to write this newsletter for Dev Leader Weekly's 1 year birthday. So thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. And see you next time. Take care.